Hi guys, Bobby here, Bobby Unplugged, but I'm here today at Lord & Taylor with my buddy and expert, Dr. Amy Shah.
Hi.
So we were just discussing, I met Amy, well, I should call you Dr. Shaw, but I call you
No,
Amy.
just Amy,
Okay.
yeah.
A year ago on Instagram.
Yeah.
So a year ago I was with my family on a boat in Italy in the water and having some tummy issues. Went into a local pharmacy and bought all these cool remedies that I didn't know what they meant. Took a picture of them and you on my Instagram said, I can help you.
Yeah, I saw her concoction and she said you had said that you were having stomach troubles.
Right, I
and
always
so
do.
I said, sure, let me know, I can help you. Especially in when you're on vacation, it's really confusing. Sometimes you don't know what to take.
And I didn't just like randomly answer some stranger. I actually bought her class because she teaches classes on Mind, Body, Green, and she's a specialist in gut health and in inflammation, all the things that I know you guys are probably suffering with. So what I'm excited about at Lord & Taylor is we're going to be carrying your supplement. Is that what it's called, a supplement? Is it a vitamin? Is it a supplement?
It's like a combination of vitamins and herbs, so it's a supplement.
And she's got one product because tell everybody what your beliefs
I
are.
hate taking vitamins and supplements. That's my big thing. I feel like food is the real medicine, and who has time to take more than 5 things, or who has time to even take one thing, really? Let's be honest. So I picked up a few of the things that I think are really, really helpful when you're trying to balance your hormones and get energy, and I put them into one thing.
So what's it called again?
It's called Balance and Restore, and it's got vitamin D, it's got a B complex that has like biotin, B12, folate, and it's got 3 herbs that are really important. Ashwagandha, rhodiola, phosphatidylserine.
Okay, and what are they all for, those 3 herbs?
So rhodiola is a Soviet herb that during the Cold War, all these scientists were using it and using it on the athletes and using it to help release stress in these during the Cold War.
So it's a calming thing?
It's a calming thing.
Okay.
It's an adaptogen. What adaptogen is that if you're stressed, it kind of brings that cortisol down.
Who's stressed?
And if your thyroid is low, it kind of boosts it up. Adaptogens
Right.
kind of, instead of adding and subtracting, it just balances things out. So rhodiola they used to give to athletes, and they would perform better, and they would give it to stressed doctors and scientists, and they would
Makeup artists?
makeup artists and entrepreneurs and women in business, and
Right.
just after a week of taking it, you'll have less of a stress response, which is great for people who are trying to get on the right track, eating well, exercising well, and sleeping well, but they're like, I want something to help me.
So what are the other 2 herbs?
So rhodiola and ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an Indian Ayurvedic herb.
Ayurvedic, that's how you say it.
Yeah.
I'm always Ayurvedic.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ayurvedic herb. That's also good for adaptogen, hormone balance. Your thyroid is too low, it boosts it up. It's something you can't detect on the blood test. You know,
Right,
you've gotten
yeah.
your thyroid checked a million times.
Right.
It all looks normal,
Right.
but you feel tired
Right.
and
Could you
feel
imagine when you don't
lethargic.
feel good, I could pick up the phone and call her? So if you guys have questions, please ask your questions, because I always have the same questions, which you guys could probably guess, but we'll talk about it in a second. And what's the third one? The third herb?
And phosphatidylserine, it's great for brain concentration, for focus. What does every woman, or man, woman,
Right.
what does everybody want? They want to be working really hard, but also be really healthy
Right.
and happy while doing it. So we're trying to boost your mood, trying to boost your energy, trying to take down that stress. That's like the combo that you
And
want.
how many a day do you think people need?
So usually we start with 2 a day.
2 at the same time, or 1
2 in the
one?
morning,
2 in the
because all
morning.
of these, vitamin D, for example, is one of the things in there. A lot of these work best in the morning. Right
Empty
with
stomach, or does it not matter?
you can take it right before you eat your
Okay.
first meal, so that it's working for the whole day. Vitamin D is a big one. I know I've talked to you about
Yeah.
that too. Vitamin D works like a hormone in your body. It's like, I would say it's like the one vitamin you should be taking.
Right.
if
Doctors
you have-
always say the vitamin D.
It's like people are so deficient nowadays. We don't get enough
Right.
sunlight. So sunlight's another good thing. Sunlight every
Right.
day. And then also taking, if you have a lower level, you
Right.
can get that checked easily.
Okay, so
And then the
do you
B
ever
comp-
take more than 2?
You do. You can you can go up to 3 or 4. Like there are people who, after 2 weeks of taking 2, say it takes about 2 weeks.
Right.
to
Okay,
start
that's
to
a
know.
good question
Yeah.
because often I buy something or someone gives it to me and I do it for a couple days. I'm like, this does nothing, and
Yeah,
I
because
stop.
with vitamins and supplements, how do you even know it's
Right.
working, right?
Right.
You don't notice a big, but I'll tell you that if you're taking 2 a day of these, in
Right.
2 weeks you should notice a
Okay.
difference. If you don't, you're upping it to 3 and up
Right.
to 4.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
and they're all supposed to be before noon.
Okay.
Especially if you're sensitive. There's no caffeine
Right.
or anything, but some people are just like extra sensitive even to vitamin D.
Right.
So we always say
So there's
take it-
no caffeine in it.
no caffeine, no stimulants. I mean, I'm such an
Right.
anti-stimulant
Do you drink
person.
coffee?
I do drink tea most days. I didn't have it today. So I try to purposely forget it at least 2 days a week. Like we said, 5 days a week of coffee, tea, or alcohol is probably a good rule of thumb.
5 days a week of alcohol. All right, got to work on that one. Okay.
5
But 5 days
days
a week of
of
one.
one.
Of one. Does that equal 3 days of 2? I'm not good at math.
Yeah, no,
1 point something?
that's 6.
That's 6. Okay.
3 days of 2 would be 6.
Right,
So
but
we want to
so-
limit it to like 5.
Right. Okay.
Because you know that study just came out that even moderate drinking, up
Mm-hmm.
to 1 a day would equal 7 a week, and that's still considered moderate. So you'd want to go down to 5. And 5 should be good. Like,
And is there anything you could do to help balance the effects of alcohol?
Yeah,
Like some
so-
people say take green powder before, other people say
Yeah.
just hydrate yourself.
so, you know, alcohol is metabolized by the liver. So anything you can do to up your liver health is good.
Right.
So taking a lot of Tylenol is not a good
Right.
idea with alcohol.
Right.
Taking anything that is metabolized by the other medications that are metabolized by the liver, if you have alcohol with it, you're just going to have a harder time metabolizing it.
Okay.
Lots of water, lots of greens, but greens you're going to have anyways,
Right.
right? Because that's like the one food. The one food you should be having every single day is fiber. And fiber
Right.
from fruits and vegetables is the best kind of fiber, not fiber like whole wheat fiber from a piece of bread. No.
So how do you get your fiber?
So fiber can either be in the form of greens, like spinach is,
Right.
I love baby spinach. Baby spinach
Right.
is the easiest thing. You could throw a few leaves in a smoothie and you wouldn't even taste it, or you can have a salad would be the typical way to eat it. But vegetables every meal, including even breakfast if possible, is like ideal. So 5 to 7 cups would be the best. And then fruits like berries
Right.
are my favorite. I think you do too.
Yeah.
We're big berry
Yeah.
fans. Berries are a
Yeah,
huge
because I don't
source
like
of,
sweet fruits. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I used to have a sweet tooth. I don't anymore.
I'm gonna go against the grain. Like I really do believe that vegetables are so much better than fruit that it shouldn't even be like fruits and vegetables. I mean,
Right.
I think it's such a misnomer because everybody can eat like 5 to 7 servings of fruit.
And do you eat grain?
I minimize grain
Okay.
for me, and the only grains I do like to eat is clean whole oats. You know, sometimes whole corn, like corn tortilla chips.
Well, you live in
right?
Arizona.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to have all that
Yeah.
all the Mexican food is huge. I try to do whole grains is the downfall for
Right.
most women, right? We don't even know the things that grains are doing to our gut and our bodies. I'm not saying it's for everyone. Like people say, well, I feel great if I eat a sandwich, and I'm fine. I've tried to take it out; doesn't make a difference. So I say, fine. It's not for you.
Right. So in your practice, explain what you do.
Yeah, so in my clinical practice, I see 2 kinds of patients. I see people who are having problems with food allergies, environmental allergies, asthma, or immune system, so clinical Western medicine. And then I also see people for integrative medicine, which is like what we're talking about, the diet, the exercise, the sleep, the stress. Like, how do you optimize your health so that you can chase your dreams and really go after it in your career? But really also hone it in when it comes to health and wellness, because it all kind of goes together. You can't have one and not have the other, right?
And what could people do when they travel? Like, I know you're going to Europe.
Yeah.
I'm going to Arizona. No, Colorado.
Well, you're coming to
I'm going-
Arizona.
yeah, I'm coming. I promise. Yeah.
So I think what I was telling you is, I think that's when intermittent fasting really comes in handy, is when you go to the airport, and back in the day, you would be a prisoner, right? You just eat whatever's there because you have no choice. But once you learn how to intermittent fast, you're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to have anything for now. I'm just going to have a pack of almonds or something. And then I'm going to eat when I get there.
But that's not intermittent fasting if you're
Well,
eating
I
the
mean
almonds.
a low, either intermittent fasting or a very low calorie food.
Because real intermittent fasting, you're supposed to have
Take a break.
nothing in your system.
I have
And what's your
coffee or-
theory about that?
I do up to 50 calories. I think that makes it a lot easier for people. If you guys want to try intermittent fasting, you can have up to 50 calories.
50 calories.
Isn't that a lot?
It's a half of a drink.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's like, her mind's always on alcohol. It's like a tea with a splash of almond milk or something,
Okay.
or it's like a coffee in the morning, and like you could even have a couple almonds. Or
And how many hours is ideal?
So I say 12 is where you should start.
Okay, so if you
And
finish
that's-
your dinner at 7 o'clock
Yeah.
at night, so when do you eat the next
Then
morning?
you eat again at 7 a.m.
So
that's
that's
not so
not
bad,
hard
right?
at all.
It's not hard at all.
Right.
And once you get good at it, you can extend it to like a few more hours. I would say 10 a.m. would be 15 hours for me is my limit, and I only
Right.
do it 2 or 3 days a week because you don't want to stress. You know, women, our hormones are tightly balanced, so you really don't want to push it too
Right.
hard. If you try to do intermittent fasting every day, you're going to be in big trouble.
Right. And what about digestion? What are your
Yeah.
tricks for that?
Okay, so fiber,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, we talked about it, but the fiber has to be really digestible fiber,
Right.
because what happens to you when
Right.
you eat fiber?
Yeah, it depends what it is.
Like-
yeah, sometimes, I mean, I tried the whole, bran crackers, didn't work. I
No.
tried the flax crackers,
No.
didn't work.
It has to be real fiber that's digestible
What
fiber.
fiber is digestible and what isn't?
So things that are easily digestible, fibrous things, is like sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
It's got kind of like that carb feeling that you feel like full, but it also has a lot of fiber in it. Oats is another one. Like we said, you don't have to have it in small, in
Right.
big amounts, but like a half a cup of oats. We said berries. We said if I'm gonna have very fibrous vegetables like broccoli or just don't overdo it
Right.
and cook it well. You have a half a cup at a
Right.
time. Let your body digest it before you kind of go to the,
Right.
because if you have a raw crudité bowl, tell
Yeah.
them what happens.
I made the biggest mistake. I was sick for a week.
Yeah.
I was starving, went to dinner. It took a long time. I ordered a big giant crudité. I ate the whole thing, and for days I had a terrible stomach ache. And I was like, what do I eat? What did I eat? I'm like, raw vegetables. I can't
Yeah.
eat raw vegetables
You
anymore.
can't eat a whole thing of raw vegetables.
Right.
Once you get used to it, you can start
Yeah.
upping it a little bit. Oh, do you do lentils?
I do. I don't do great with beans.
What, like?
I mean, if there's a few lentils
like
on my
split
salad.
lentils, like I'm talking. You
Right.
know, in Indian food they have dals and stuff, and they're really easily digestible.
Well, 'cause they're cooked, and
they're
I think
cooked and
the-
they're soaked.
But I think it's the portion. Like, I can't have
Yeah.
a big giant bowl,
Yeah.
but I could have a small cup
Yeah,
of it.
and it's a great fiber
Yeah,
thing because you
uh-huh.
can mix some spinach into that,
Right.
and that's what I love about lentils is it's like a soup, and you basically eat it. It's really easily
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm.
digestible. You get a lot of fiber. You can put all the veggies in
Right.
there, like cooked squash and
Right.
cooked. Those are really good things too. Squash is a great digestible
And
vegetable.
what about inulin and what about chia seeds and what
yeah.
about, are those good or are those hard to
So
digest?
you know how we say superfoods are so in right now, but you don't need to be eating superfoods
Right.
all the time,
Yeah.
right? Like goji berries and chia seeds and hemp seeds and flax seeds, they're really great, but so is squash and so is
Right.
berries and so is spinach,
Right. So real
we can
food.
do a lot of that, and you can throw chia seeds when you
Right. Mm-hmm.
into your salad dressing. You know, it doesn't really taste like
Right.
anything. I like chia pudding. Do you like
Right.
chia pudding?
I do.
It's like coconut. You do coconut milk
Right.
with chia seeds, and you mix
And
some
what else do you put in? An almond?
almond.
Oh, you do coconut milk, chia seeds?
Yeah, you can put
And what about
actually
flavor?
shredded. So vanilla, and then either you can do protein powder or you can put a sweetener of your
Right.
choice. I don't know. Do you do
Yeah.
stevia? That's my sweetener of choice, raw stevia.
Yeah, I think stevia is my best one.
Yeah.
Well, we have a question.
So since you're both busy working moms, can you put all this great info into a real world scenario? You have to leave, you have to get your kids ready, go to work, eat healthy through the day somehow, prioritize, am I gonna have a snack? Am I gonna go to lunch
Yeah,
trailer?
yeah,
Am I gonna go
yeah.
back home? Can you put it into a real world,
What's
Well,
a day in your life?
Well, go ahead. I mean, I know that I can't have a protein shake in the morning
Yeah.
because I'm traveling and
Yeah.
there's no bathrooms.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
need to eat something. Like,
Yeah.
what's the easiest thing to grab?
Yeah, so this is what I think every working mom, or it's not that
And you've
you
got
have
two
to,
little kids.
Yeah,
so
I have two little
so
kids.
She's
I
a
have
real
a
working mom.
practice, and all of us,
Yeah.
we're on the go all the time. My goal for you is to pick 2 meals a day that you've already thought about. It doesn't mean that you have to prep it in advance, and it can be something you order or some place you have in mind, like, oh, there's a lunch spot that I love, and that's what I'm going to do for every day this week. I think that variety is completely overrated. For a busy mom,
Right.
there's no variety, forget
So
variety.
what's an easy breakfast for the morning as they're getting the kids out the door and probably don't realize they're starving till they're on their way?
So for some people, it can be just a mix of nuts and berries and maybe an apple. And if you're home, you can do a protein shake, or if you could do an egg. You could do something with a little bit of protein, and you're out the door. It should be something that is so mindless that you've already either done it the night before, or you can just grab it on the way out.
And do you
Whole
believe,
foods, that's what I'm
right.
saying, not a granola bar
Right.
when possible. Although I bring bars to work all the time because they're emergency, a bar in the emergency drawer, because I don't want to be eating what's in the back kitchen. We have donuts and the drug reps bring so much stuff all the time, cupcakes, and
There's something wrong with our system. There is something wrong with our system.
right?
Yeah.
And so if I haven't eaten all day, then that's what I'm going to
You'll
want to have.
grab a bar, even on your way home.
Yeah.
And are you supposed to have a snack before lunch?
I usually
Or
don't
should you
eat.
fill yourself up enough to make it?
So it depends on if you're fasting to the morning, late
Right.
morning, or so for me, I like to just grab something on the way out, like I mentioned, almonds and unsweetened coconut
Right.
chips.
Yeah.
Have you tried those unsweetened
Yeah.
coconut chips? I do like a mixture, maybe some goji berries, but it's nothing too sweet at all.
Right.
I try not to do any sugar
See, I
in the
can't
morning.
eat almonds. They're hard to digest for me.
Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
do soaked almonds. They'll
Yeah,
be fine
right,
for you
if I
then.
soak 'em.
Yeah, so soak them.
Yeah.
You just put them in a little cup, just
Right.
enough, however many you're going to eat, and just put a little water and you're done.
And are you a believer that calories is what makes the biggest difference, or are you not?
I'll answer it in a different way. This whole fat craze is fine for men, but I don't think it's fine. I don't think women, because it racks up the calories, and we're
Right.
so efficient at holding on to fat because our bodies are built to carry babies, right? So we don't do as well on paleo and high-fat diets. The calories are just way
Right.
too high. I mean, putting tons of butter and oil and in all your food and coffee and drinks, it's just not a good, I don't think it's a good idea for most
Yeah,
women.
it definitely didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it gave me good energy in my brain, but
yeah.
but not for the fat.
I think that the calories adds
Yeah.
up way too fast, and then you still want food,
Right.
right?
And the other thing people don't know about you, they might if they're looking at you now, is you love clothes. You love shoes, you love clothes. You're ready to ask me, what am I going to go buy in the
Yeah.
Just Bobbi
No,
shop?
but I don't love shopping. Honestly, I don't love shopping because I think that it's exhausting. It takes away brain energy. I like to be really streamlined with the whole shopping thing. I'm going to go in, I'm going to pick the things that I want, and then I'm done.
Well, that was kind of the idea of the concept shops,
Yeah.
because to make it easier for women.
Yeah.
So
you go in there, you pick out a couple
Yeah.
of things you like, and you're not spending all day,
Yeah.
sifting through things.
So who makes that shirt? It's really cute.
Oh, I don't even know.
Is it a little boy shirt? I mean, she's
It's probably
really
a little
teeny.
boy shirt,
She's
yeah.
really teeny. We're the same height.
Yeah, I
think,
mean,
or
I'm
you might-
5 foot.
Yeah, we're both 5 foot.
Yeah.
But she's really teeny, so you could walk into any boy's department.
I could
Are
probably
those
walk
boy
into
shorts?
any boys' department. I hope these are women's shorts.
No, because I buy some. We actually tried to put them in the shop. Some Ralph Lauren boys shirts.
Yeah.
For really
I
teeny
like,
women.
I like the problem with women's girls' clothes are they're too girly sometimes. You have
yeah.
to like be.
Right. But people don't realize the men's and the boys. So, a lot of women who are taller, we've been putting in some men's sweaters from Brooks Brothers in the shop.
Oh, yeah,
And they're really
yeah.
cool, like great striped shirts. So
I really love that idea because
Yeah.
there's not a one size fits all. I have to take everything to the
Yes,
tailor.
so
like
do I.
nothing fits
Yeah.
as is.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it's
even all
nice
the
to have-
shirts, I have to
Yeah.
like cut them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not unless
Right.
I buy it from a kitty like
Right.
place. Well, what
Yeah.
about you? How do you shop?
Well, I shop a lot online,
Yeah.
so I also shop now it's so easy for me to shop because Allie brings all these cool things, or I find things and I send them.
Gonna hit you up.
Yeah. So she's she's helping curate all the cool things. So combination of we walk around Lord and Taylor and we get to like look around the store and see what's interesting and new. I mean, I found these Karl Lagerfeld jeans. Karl Lagerfeld jeans, just the simplest things. They're great for petite women. They're just cut perfectly. They have nice stretch.
Oh, you know, one quick thing I forgot
Yeah.
to ask you. I have a friend who is asking me a makeup question for you.
Yeah.
What do you do for eyes, under eye or over eye, for that crepey skin? Is that a skincare issue? Is that a makeup thing?
It's
what do
actually
you
a
do?
health and wellness. You know, I'm only a doctor because I have honorary doctorates.
Yeah,
Okay, but I'm.
you're really into this stuff.
Right, I
though.
am.
You're very
but
good.
it's because you're dehydrated. It's because
Yeah.
your skin, you know, any kind of crepey skin. All I do when I look at my skin, it looks crepey. I drink more
Yeah.
water and I make sure I put hydration on the skin too. But it only works if you do both. If you just put moisture on,
Then it
it's
doesn't
not
work.
going to really do
You
it.
have to
So
hydrate it.
so you just need probably some hydrating eye cream. You know, I put coconut oil on my eyelids at night. Like I take my makeup off with coconut oil or even a face oil, and I let it sit because it just kind of hydrates the skin.
What face oil do you use?
Well, I
I mean,
use
what
a
kind of
combination.
oil?
I mean, there's a lot of oil. I mean, you could use regular face oil that, you know, that take off your makeup.
Yeah.
Cleansing oil is in everyone's line.
Yeah.
But you can also use coconut oil, which I think is the greatest thing.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's so.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
so
it doesn't get in your eyes, and it's really
and but
good.
some ethnicities, like Indians, I
Right.
mean, I have darkness under my eyes. Just
Right.
that's just genetic,
Right.
I think.
Oh, it's
No
totally
matter how much
genetic.
I hydrate or.
Right. No, but
you-
that's not crepey skin.
Yeah,
that's
but
just darkness.
Yeah, that's just dark.
Right.
That's just.
And the trick
me.
is to find a concealer or a corrector that is an orangey, peachy, or pink tone. Yellow doesn't work.
Okay, so
Yellow doesn't work.
You have to do my makeup so
Yeah.
I know how to conceal these
Yeah.
under.
Well, you've done a good job. You've done a really good job. But
I'm
but
not
the
the
great
expert.
and honestly, the great thing is, you know, I get to help her. She gets to help
Yeah,
me.
it's
and,
awesome.
You know, all of
We're-
us girls help each other.
That's
So,
what's so amazing.
yeah.
Like, you're such an inspiration to so many people because you help other women and you also show other women that you can do it all. You can have children, you can have a husband, you can have a family, you can have a business, you can be healthy and still be sane, kind of, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could be as sane as you can be, but also I couldn't do it without the support of all my friends
Yeah.
and people around me.
Is that the trick?
100%.
Yeah.
No one's an island.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's the big thing.
So if you guys have any other questions, just, you know, talk to us on Instagram, on Facebook, and thanks a lot for joining, and meet my friend Amy and check out her subs.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ann.
Bye.